Welcome and good this afternoon to this Vital Business presentation. Tonight we're actually going to be highlighting the Viggo program. For all of those who are familiar with Viggo, he's an individual that has actually utilized a very systematic system for over the course of 40 years. Within that 40-year time frame, he has built 4 very successful businesses in a very short time frame to grossing over in excess of millions of dollars. Now the interesting thing about it is he actually has brought us a very simple program to be able to help us understand how to utilize that into our businesses to help us be more proficient and more business professional. So with that, I'm actually going to be introducing a couple of things that Viggo and Dave Johnson and myself have actually worked over in the course of a weekend. But we're actually going to start off by using Viggo's high-yielding questionnaire sheets. If you're not very familiar with this, you can actually go to getviggo.com, where you have the opportunity to be able to purchase this kit in which we're actually talking about. Now the beauty of it, because of the fact that I'm going to be using this, I've got a good friend of mine as well, Dennis McLeish here as well, that's going to help me as an interactual. And the beauty of it is we're just going to jump right into it, and you're going to see the Vital Business presentation that Dave Johnson, Viggo, Madsen, and myself have actually worked over quite heavily to make it the way it is today. It is designed to be anywhere from 20 to 25 minutes tops, no more. Okay? So Dennis, I want to thank you for coming to the meeting this evening. I want to start off with a few specific questions, okay, to find out exactly what you're looking for to see if what we're doing could be a fit for you. Does that sound fair?
Yeah, that sounds fine.
Excellent. Okay. You know, it's quite interesting, but the very first thing I want to do here is they're again sticking to the system that Viggo had established and utilized for over 40 years. I want to go through these specific questions with you. Is that all right as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the first question that's on here is, of course, what do you want to be different in your life? As an overall snapshot of what you do right now, what do you want in your life to be different?
I want to not have my day job anymore. I want to quit Walmart.
Okay. Alrighty. So, with quitting Walmart, it sounds like it's something, a deep desire for you and things of that nature. What are you doing now to be able to change that?
I've been doing extra work on the side, trying to make extra dollars and donating plasma a couple times a week.
Okay.
Trying to get up to my goal of $4,000 a month to start before I can quit Walmart.
Alrighty. Okay. So that extra income is something that is desperately needed in your situation to be able to help you be able to create that financial income. Okay. So if it changed, if you had the finances to be able to do so, what would it look like and how would life be different for you?
If I was job free and had that $4,000 a month income, I could pay for my wife's medical bills better for our up and coming baby, and I could own a decent car that didn't make people shake their heads when they see it, and we wouldn't have to have that daily stress of the grindstone, trying to make ends meet and wondering which bills we can pay and which we're going to pay.
Okay. Alrighty. So with the type of lifestyle that you want to design to be able to financially take better care of your wife, and congratulations on your first.
Thank you.
As she is expecting. With all of that all the way around, I'm also hearing that perhaps finances would be something that as well would be equally important for you as well. Is that correct?
Well, yeah, that's the underlying layer of it all, yeah.
Okay.
It would fix all of those.
There you go. Okay. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most, how much do you want to experience that change to be able to help your wife, to be able to be there and assist with her financial needs, things of that nature, also to prepare for this new one that is going to be coming into your lives. Also at the same point in time to be able to help out with purchasing a vehicle that is more conducive to what you want. How important is that scale of 1 to 10?
It's absolutely a 10.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, with that being said, Dennis, we actually have a very, very simple process that we'd like to go through.
Okay.
But is there any reason, if we could show you how we could help you achieve those dreams and goals, is there any reason why we cannot move forward with this?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Well, I want to go into a very simple ideology. Okay, it's a very simple business model that actually helps understand a little bit more about what we do. Okay.
Okay.
Now, if you look at it all the way around, we have two specific major issues that we're focusing on right now. One of them is the economy. The other one is the health. Is health. Okay. Now, the sad thing about it is, if you look at that, these two are interconnected. Okay. If you have poor health, economically, that's going to hurt you.
Right.
We're not going to talk politics, but it's hurting the economy because our nation is in great dire need of health care.
Yeah.
Okay? At the same point in time, if all we had was more money, we could take care of the health issues if we knew how.
Right.
Okay? So we're actually going to talk about how to address these two specific issues today. Okay? Now, how I want to do this is I want to break it down by talking about one of the major issues of life. Okay? We know, and it's not an issue, but we know that there are 5 specific vital elements of life. Okay? Now, what they are is you have air, water, food, sleep, and light. Okay. Now, Dennis, is any one of these more important than the others?
I don't think so.
Okay.
You kind of need all of them or you die, I guess.
Yeah, they're all equally important. Okay? Now, the crazy thing about it is nobody has really come to the ideology or the fact of the matter that we all need them equally. Okay? I don't want to spend a whole lot of time divulging or talking a great deal about every single one of these in great detail, but is it a possibility that the health issues that we have today are because of the fact that we're breathing bad air with a great deal of contaminants in it?
Yeah.
Okay? What about water? Is it a possibility that the water that we consume on a daily basis is also contributing to our poor health?
Yeah.
Absolutely. What about the food that we eat?
A lot of modifications to it. A lot of fake and garbage stuff.
Exactly. What about sleep?
Most of us don't get very much.
Or poor quality
Or pretty
of sleep?
bad. Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. What about the idea of light? If we were to shield ourselves, which, if you think about it, if you have a corporate job and things of that nature where you're stuck indoors most of the time, or if by chance you do have poor health and you spend a great deal of your time inside, is extracting ourselves or removing the natural full spectrum light that we need,
Right.
would that have a benefit? Or in this case, would it also create poor health?
Absolutely.
Okay? So it's kind of interesting. Every single one of these is vitally important to sustaining life. Okay?
Okay.
Now, the one thing that I always like to point out is, what if, I want you to stop for a second and think about, have you ever seen or heard about an individual running around actually injecting individuals with a specific concoction that actually causes diabetes or that causes heart disease?
No, not at all.
Okay? So what I'm trying to say is the diseases of today, I would venture to suggest that they're actually induced or caused because of the environment in which we live. Do you agree or disagree?
Yeah, it absolutely is.
Okay. So all the way around, if there was a company out there that helped us understand through education to teach us how to clean up these 5 vital elements of life with technologies that are internationally patented, that are safe, effective, and have been reviewed all the way around, of having definite possible abilities of helping people, would you want to know about it?
Yeah, I don't know of any, so yeah, that'd be good.
Okay, alrighty. At the same time, I want to toss this out as a suggestion or an idea as well. Could you agree with me as well, Dennis, that if you're not proactive, you're reactive?
Absolutely. Life happens.
Exactly. The crazy thing about it is perhaps the reason why our nation is so unhealthy is because we're not proactive, we're reactive. Because as a nation, we're not educated to the fact that these issues within these 5 vital elements are actually what's hurting us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so with that having been said, I want to actually introduce the company that brings the ideas or the solutions to this major issue. And that company is called Nikken. Okay. A few bullet points about the company in and of itself, as they've actually been around since 1975. Okay. At the same token, they have also statistically had over 40+ million global customers. Okay. Currently operating in 35+ countries, 5 continents worldwide. Okay? The one thing that is equally more impressive than every single one of these is the fact that they did their first billion with a B in 4.5 years.
Wow, that's fast.
Okay? Now, if these were the only 4 things that you knew about the company, what does it say about the technologies that they have to offer?
They must be pretty dang good.
Yeah. Either that or we're doing mass hypnosis, right?
Yeah.
I can't do that. So, the interesting thing about it is the company that actually introduces and brings us these technologies is very important. It's something that is imperative to pay attention to. Okay?
Right.
Now, the interesting thing is we talked about 5 vital elements of life, but in fact there's 6. Okay? The 6th one is money.
Okay, yeah, I'll go with that.
Okay? Now, the interesting thing about it is money is not the most important thing in the world. It does rank reasonably close to oxygen, however.
Yeah.
At the same point in time, it won't buy happiness, but it makes a pretty darn good down payment. Okay? So, how we actually make money in Nikken is what we'll do with creating a business partnership with you, is we will teach you the abilities of establishing yourself as a predictable business, and also educate you on how to utilize up to, or excuse me, a 400+ tax deduction. Okay, if you had that amount of tax deductions, would that help you out financially?
A ton. I get a lot of taxes taken out.
Exactly. So more tax deductions means more cash in your pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Now, at the same point in time, when we establish you as a predictable business entity, we'll also educate you and teach you through the Viggo program of how to predictably create a 6-figure income. Okay. Now, the beauty of this is after we've established you as a predictable business establishment, we will help you go out and do the same for others. And then in turn, help those individuals do the exact same thing. So the exponential growth of this very simple model of teaching people how to teach more people, is something that is limitless. And in return of being able to do that, you will actually earn a commission off of every single predictable home-based business. So as a question to you, Dennis, if this is how you make money, and we'll help you do that, how many home-based businesses would you like to establish?
All of them.
All of them.
Yeah, as many as I can.
As many as possible. Absolutely. Okay? So, does any of this make sense?
It all makes sense.
Okay? Now, at this point in the game, this is a very, very simple business model that explains the technologies that we have to offer. We don't have to create the fact that people already do this on a 24-hour basis.
Right.
We are already establishing the fact that Nikken is the best vehicle to help us get there.
Okay.
And utilizing the best model in the economy to help establish those predictable businesses. At this point in the game, I'm looking at the fact that you now have 3 options, Dennis.
Okay.
Those options are as follows. Option number 1. You could do nothing and life will stay the same. And you may or may not be able to achieve the goals that you have outlined. Okay?
Okay.
Option number 2. You could actually become a member of the company. That way you could utilize a 25 up to 35% discount on all of the life-enhancing technologies that we do have that are available. Okay?
That sounds good.
Or option number 3. You could begin with your business partnership today. We'll establish you as a predictable business. Begin today to teach you how to utilize those 400 plus tax deductions that are available to you. And we'll also be able to teach you how to create a predictable 6-figure income so that you can obtain those goals that you have to help you with the necessities and needs that your wife has as she is going throughout her pregnancy. Also to be able to help you create that stream of income that you badly need and want. So of the option A, B, or C, which one makes the best option for you, Dennis?
I'd by far like to do number C, or the number 3 C.
Number
That'd
3.
be great.
Okay. Alrighty. So option number 3, let's get your business establishment taken care of. There is a specific thing that needs to take place.
And what's that?
The investment in and of itself to establish yourself as a legitimate, predictable business costs you around $200.
That's pretty dang cheap.
Yeah, what that entails is a $60 membership fee to actually take care of the paperwork, to get you in connection with Nikken, to get you the discount for all the technologies that they do have.
Okay.
And $130 of that is also an initial investment in your business to be able to get the 6 Steps to Success program that Viggo Madsen has actually outlined.
Okay.
Once again, that kit in and of itself is purchasable on GetViggo, and that's GetViggo.com.
Okay.
From that point on, we can get you lit on fire, get you going, and get you toward your financial future that is awaiting for you.
That sounds fantastic.